I'd like to officially start this webinar, and I would like to thank Mr. Mubiru Sendi for accepting to be our presenter for today. I know you're going to learn a lot from you. I don't want to waste much time, Mr. Eddie. I want to invite you to introduce yourself, and you'll be able to take us through the next 1 hour and help us understand digital transformation in youth and community organization. Mr. Sendi, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, our organizer for today, Mr. Mude. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk about this very interesting topic. My name, as already introduced, I'm Edward Mubiru Sendi, an ICT practitioner with over 15 years of experience in ICT infrastructure, digital skilling, and digital transformation. So today, the topic is a very interesting one. Digital transformation in youth and community organizations. This is a very interesting topic, and the experience I have in this field will allow me elaborate more on how we can have our organizations, also community organizations like NGOs and the youth, use digital transformation to enhance their capabilities and processes in whatever they do. So empowering NGOs, youth groups, and community stakeholders with digital tools, strategy, and digital mindset. We're going to look at innovation, the innovations, the new technical and technology skills that we need to have as NGOs, digital capacity, the skill sets that as NGOs, as youth, that you need to have in order to enhance your technology and digital transformation objectives. Then how this impacts the community. How does technology, digital transformation impact technology and communities? Okay, so let's straight away delve into our discussion for today by starting with understanding what digital transformation means. Now, digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of organization, and it must be fundamentally changing how the organization operates and delivers value to the communities. Now, digital transformation is usually confused with the tools themselves, the software or the hardware, but that is a myth and it is not true. Digital transformation is a fundamental change, and you have to impact the organization using the technology. There must be an impact. People have to be involved. The technology, the processes, and the strategy all have to work together to ensure that there is a fundamental change in the way you operate as an organization. It's not about installing the software or buying the hardware. No, that is not the transformation. Okay, so the mindset shift from the manual-based methods to using digital tools is one of the objectives of digital transformation. Okay, reimagining programs and service delivery. You have to have data-driven decision making. Okay, whatever you do in the organization, the decisions that you take must be based on data that is produced from your technology and your tools that you're using as an organization. Okay, and you have to build resilient digital systems in terms of reliability. They have to be always on and used. In terms of security, they have to be secure so that we don't have any breaches and issues that may arise
Yes.
in form of...
Hello, Mr. Sendi. I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't know whether I'm on the only one. Are the rest seeing your screen, or I'm the only one not seeing your screen?
No, I'm not seeing the screen either.
I think you need to reshare the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, please reshare the screen, please.
Okay, sorry.
Possible, you can also leave your camera on.
Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can say.
Just read
Yes,
for
we
me
can.
the,
Yes.
just to be sure, just read for me what you say at the top in the banner.
What does digital transformation mean?
Okay, perfect. So I was trying to explain what digital transformation is and what it's not. And I was saying that many people think that digital transformation is about the tools themselves, the software, the hardware. And we are saying, no, that's not digital transformation. Digital transformation means that you're supposed to have a mindset shift from the manual-based methods to using digital tools. You're supposed to do what we call reimagining programs and service delivery, data-driven decision-making, all those elements or factors that are based on digital transformation. Then building resilient digital systems. By resilience, we mean those systems have to be reliable, they have to be secure, and they have to be trusted for us to, have meaning from the what? From the systems themselves. So the technology, right tools for the right tasks, make sure that you have the right tools available for the tasks that you're going to carry out as an organization. Then you have to encompass the people, the skills, culture, and digital literacy. So always make sure that the people in the organization have the rightful skills, they have the mindset, they have the culture to embrace digital tools and the digital transformation strategy as spelled out by your organizations. Okay. Then the processes, streamlined workflows and systems. Okay. So how do you work in the organization? Your workflows have to be digitally enabled. Okay. So take away all the manual-based methods, put everything on cloud with the tools that you're going to employ to help you efficiently carry out your tasks. Then the strategy also has to be looked at as the organization, the leadership of the organization. Make sure that you have a vision-led digital roadmap. That way, it means that everyone in the organization will be, involved in your operations and in making sure that you're using digital tools to, efficiently carry out your operational tasks. So why NGOs need digital capacity today? The study shows that more than 3.5 billion people are online globally. So how do you reach your audience? If you have 3.5 billion people online, that means that you're supposed to employ digital tools, okay? Work on your digital transformation strategy to reach all those people. But also there is a big gap. Communities, the youth, and NGOs lack what we call a digital strategy. There's over 67% NGOs and community-based organizations lack a digital strategy. Most of them think installing a software tool, then you're already into your digital strategy. No, that is just technology, and technology is different from digital transformation, as I've explained earlier. Then 2 times more impact with digital tools, and this is you have proven outcomes. So with using digital tools, you're more efficient and the impact is bigger if you're using your tools to reach out to your communities and your audiences. Okay, so key drivers for digital adoption: the post-pandemic shift. Communities expect hybrid and digital services. You know what happened during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic? Most of the organizations, those that didn't adapt to the digital tools and using technology, most of them could not reach out to the different communities that they expected, because you could not move. You were all supposed to reach out virtually, all online audiences. So that is one of the digital drivers. Then donor reporting and compliance increasingly demands digital evidence. This is true because if you don't have tools to share with your partners, with your donors, online tools, digital tools, and you're basing on manual tools and fragmented tools like Excel and Word, it means that most of the data that you give to your partners may not be trusted, okay? And there's no evidence for, data collection. So if you have your tools, then that means that proper evidence is available, that you're in the field, you carried out these tasks, you took pictures, you shared with your partners, and there's more confidence in your information. Then youth audiences are digitally native. Meet them where they are. So make sure that you meet your youth, all your audiences online, wherever they are. You're in Kampala and you're trying to, communicate to someone in Kasese. You don't have to drive there. You don't have to go there. Right now, I'm sure that people are not even around Kampala, but I'm explaining to them, delivering this webinar series, and everyone is joined in and they're trying to follow what we are doing here. Then another driver for digital adoption is operational efficiency. Of course, there is reduced costs in terms of the transportation costs, time that you're going to use to deliver your work. If you're using digital means, then it's easier, it is cheaper. Then there's increased reach and transparency. Then most importantly, the decisions that you take are data-driven, they're backed up by data, and this is very important for our efficiency as NGOs. Okay, so let's look at the affordable digital tools for NGOs. Communication, the obvious ones, Zoom, Google Meet, WhatsApp Business. I think right now we're using Zoom, but there are very many out there. These ones are affordable and they're cheap. Okay, collaboration, you can use Microsoft tools, Notion, Miro, Trello for project management, Asana for project management, and all those tools that are available. Sorry,
Mr. Sendi? Sorry, your screen is again off.
Oh dear, what's happening?
And you can also adjust your camera so that you're visible.
Why does it keep on switching me off? Okay. Sorry, let me try to allow. Let me connect again. Okay, and now?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Good to go. Sorry about that. Please let me know whenever the screen unshares. So I was trying to give examples of tools, digital tools for community-based organization, because I know most of the NGOs and community-based organizations have budget issues. So there are these tools that are online, they are affordable, they are reliable, they are portable, very easy to use. And I was trying to say that for communication, you can use the Zoom, the Google Meet, WhatsApp Business. For collaboration, Microsoft Teams, there's Trello for project management, and Asana. Okay, data reporting, Kobo Toolbox, ODK platforms, Google Forms. I think we're all very conversant with some of these tools. Then, very importantly, please, let's as much as possible use the cloud and productivity tools like Google Workspace, Microsoft 365, because these allow us to work from anywhere, to collaborate, to work on projects from wherever we are, with a small capital small budgets that we have. We can always pay some little money, and most importantly, some of them have free offers or have offers for non-profit organizations like the NGOs and the community-based organizations. So always engage Google, engage Microsoft. They have a way around for us as community-based organizations, and they can give us their platforms at a very cheap rate. Okay. Okay, so let's look at community engagement strategies. Of course, social media always is the first one. That's the best way of engaging communities: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Okay, you can meet your communities there. I think TikTok has also done a very good job in engaging communities. Most people these days access TikTok not only for the fun bit, but also for business, is adverts on TikTok. If you put your advert on TikTok, it's very easy for it to, go and reach a big number of people. So whatever you're doing as an organization, you can use these simple tools to reach out to your communities. Digital storytelling tools like photo, short videos. I've seen most NGOs now on LinkedIn. That's very important because your partners, your donors, logged into LinkedIn, and you should show the work that you're doing in the communities through LinkedIn, through Twitter, which is X, which is former Twitter. Okay. Then the online campaigns, you can fundraise, petitions, awareness, can also be amplified through your digital networks and tools. Okay. Then we have feedback tools, the surveys, polls, and participatory platforms for community voice. For example, the SurveyMonkey, Google Forms, all these ones can help us reach out for feedback from our communities without spending a lot of money sending field officers into the communities. We can have feedback from our target groups through these tools. Then hybrid engagement, blending person events with online reach for maximum inclusion. So whenever you have physical meetings, always make sure that there's an online platform for people who are not able to come for the physical meeting. People who are far, people who are locked in at home, maybe they don't have the necessary facilities to reach you. So always put your events online. There should be an option for online engagement. Make sure that you always do that for obvious reasons. Okay. How do we strengthen NGO digital capacity? This is very important because most of our communities that are, sparsed out there in the rural areas, they don't have the necessary skill set, to reach or to engage with our digital platforms. They don't have the skill set, they don't have the budgets to access. But through these strategies, we can always reach out to them and teach them. So first of all, you have to identify the gaps. You audit your current tech skills and processes. Where are you at the moment? What can you do? What can people access? What can't they do? Okay, so do that audit for the current resources. Do what we call digital maturity exercise to assess where you are at that particular time. Then staff digital literacy, training programs, workshops, and peer learning. Always do trainings, and most of these tools are easy to use. So 1, 2, 3 days training can help you, develop the capacity of your staff in terms of digital use and skills. Okay. Then infrastructure, make sure you have the internet access, devices, and secure systems. So I think the UCC has a program for giving not free, but reliable and affordable internet resources in the rural areas. Okay, those programs are there. Always engage government institutions like UCC, like NITAU, or even partners, private partners like the telecoms. MTN is doing a very good job in trying to make sure that they skill people in the rural areas. They give them internet, they give them the devices, they secure the system. So always look out for those opportunities and make sure that you can also integrate with the different projects that are running in your communities. Okay. Then policy and governance, data protection, digital policies, and SOPs. So this is also very important because being online is very insecure. So you have to make sure that you have adopt the data protection policies, the digital digital policies, and yes, for your staff, people in the NGO, to make sure that you are safe from hackers and online breaches. Okay, all right. So selecting affordable tools, how to make those smart decisions. Okay, you have to always look at your budget.
Eddie.
Does it have a free tire?
Eddie,
Sorry,
your screen is off again. Yes.
okay, I have to keep on reconnecting. I don't know why it's disconnecting all the time, but let me try to reconnect again. Share screen. Okay. We are there. So, Mude, you can see it. Hello, can you see the screen?
Yeah, we're seeing it, sir.
You're able to see
Okay,
it.
thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I was saying that how do you make these decisions on which tools to use as a community-based organization or as an NGO? Okay, look at your budget. Does it fit a free tire or non-profit pricing? Okay, you have to look at the total cost of ownership. Okay, so always have a budget and make sure that you fit. Don't overblow the budget, because then that means that other operations may fail because you put all the money in what? In the digital skilling tools and the digital and the technologies. So always ensure that you look out for the free tire and non-profit pricing method or platforms that you may use as an organization. Secondly, look at scalability. Will it grow with the organization needs over the next 3 to 5 years? Don't get a tool that you're going to use today and in the next 2 months it's unusable. It's very small for how far your organization has grown. So on to introduce Microsoft 365. Don't buy for 3 people, and the next 6 months you have 20 users. Then that means that you're now blowing your budget. So you scale, do the budgeting, you do the planning. Make sure that the tools that you're getting are scalable and can be used in at least 3 to 5 years from the day of engagement. Okay. Then also look at ease of use. Low learning curve, staff can adopt it with minimal training. Always make sure that the tools that you're going to hire or that you're going to use, your staff can easily adopt them and understand them and can use them without you incurring a lot of costs, big costs on training. Then there is what we call open source versus paid. Weigh flexibility, support, and long-term costs carefully. So there are those open source. Have to go for open source because it also can be bleached, or it can be compromised, because these are open source tools out there and they are usually free. So you rather pay some little money, but when you're sure your information is safe and you have the necessary support wherever you need it from the vendors that are available. Okay, so we have a tip: always pilot a tool with a small team before you fully roll out. Validate before you scale. So have a small team that uses the tool and then understand it. Will it work for us? If not, you can drop it. There's no issue with dropping and getting another one. So do that. Make sure that you do a pilot before you go out. Before you go. Sorry. I hope you see my screen. Someone say yes.
Yes, please.
Can you see? Okay, thank you. Now, let's go to one of the most important sections in this presentation, the change management strategies. Okay, there are always barriers to change. Most people fear change because of the fear of technology. Our brothers and sisters that are in rural areas where we usually operate, they fear technology. They have myths about technology. You know, this is common practice all over Africa. I was in Nigeria 3 weeks ago, and this is one of the problems. Everyone thinks, some people still think that technology is related to witchcraft, which is, of course, not true, but those things are there. Okay. Then there's lack of training and support. That is also a big barrier to change. Okay. Then using technology is going to operate, that is also there. Then definitely look at before you go into adopting any digital tools in your organization. Okay, so there's a note there, change is not an event, it is a process. Invest in your people, not just your platforms. Always invest in the people, because the biggest barriers of change, technology change, are the people themselves. If the people don't accept, there will be no changes or no adoption. People will reject the project, and it will not help us. Okay, so your change journey, secure leadership, get board and management buy-in first. Always, when you have technology, digital transformation tool that you want to incorporate, make sure that there is management buy-in, leadership buy-in, because those are the first advocates of technology. If they are refusing it, then that means that it will trickle down to everyone in the organization to the lowest level. So always have board and management buy-in. Okay, then communicate, share the vision, connect with the mission. Okay, so always there's a vision for the NGO. Make sure that the two are in line. The strategy, the digital transformation strategy, and the vision have to be in line. Okay, so train and support, hands-on workshops, peer champions. Make sure that the people are trained. Pick out the champions and praise them, reward them, so that everyone gets on board. Okay, pilot and iterate. Okay, start small, learn fast, scale smart. If it fails, you can
your
go
screen
back.
is off again.
Okay, let me share it again. Maybe it's with the network. Technology is also a problem. All right, so sure, now I'm back on. So I was saying pilot and iterate. Start with a small team. Okay, you pick out what works for you and drop what doesn't work. If it fails, you can go back to the start and keep on improving. Okay, then celebrate wins, recognize adoption and milestones. Whenever there is adoption, okay, some people have taken up the project and they're happy with it. Please, you celebrate that. Okay, celebrate your milestones and ensure that everyone is locked in and they're happy with what you're doing. Okay, so how do we build a digital culture within an organization? Innovation and mindset, embrace experimentation and new approaches, allow people to work on innovations. When an employee brings you as a leader, brings you maybe an ERP, okay, you look at it, allow them to experiment, of course, in a very controlled environment. Allow them experiment. That way, you're helping them, build confidence and building their digital culture. Then there's also continuous learning. Make sure you train your people, you keep on sharing knowledge, and let them understand why we need to embrace technology. Okay. Then collaboration and culture, cross-team digital collaboration and norms. Okay, you make sure that if you have different departments, let them pick from each other what has worked for them, and let them share what is the problem or what is going as planned. Okay, allow that kind of collaboration and work together as a team. Okay. Then digital informed decisions use evidence to guide programs and strategy. Always make decisions that are based on data-driven decisions. Don't do what we call ad hoc decisions. Let them be based on data that you have, information that is on table, and make those plan your strategies and programs depending on the data and information that you have available as an organization. So let's look at some real-world case studies. Goals driving change through digital innovation. These are case studies that I picked from the different NGOs all over Africa, and how, not actually all over the world, about 3 or 4 of them, and how they have been helped by these digital transformation strategies that we've just been discussing. Okay, so in East Africa, there's what we call the Youth Connect Kenya. Of course, these ones used what we call a Kobo Box toolbox and Google Workspace, and they noted that this reduced data collection time by 60% across all their 12 community sites. So it was faster reporting, and when you do work faster, it means that your reports will come out faster and your projects will, end faster, and that means there is more donors will trust you more, and they'll give you more funding, and you do more work for them in the communities. Then Urban Futures in India. Okay, these ones use Zoom plus Canva and Instagram, reached over 45,000 youth through hybrid digital campaigns in 6 months. Can imagine if these tools were not used, how many people would they have reached in 6 months? Okay, so this is real data that has been collected and real evidence-based research for what has been done and how digital tools have helped some of our brothers and sisters in the NGO field. Another one from Uganda, Community Bridges Uganda. These use Trello, WhatsApp Business, and ODK. They noted 3 times improvement in program coordination across 8 districts. So this was also noted. It gave us efficiency gains 3 times more than if the tools were not being used. All right. So what does this data show? 70% of NGOs using digital tools reported improved program outcomes. This is evidence-based research. 40% average reduction in administrative costs with cloud tools. Okay, so with your tools that you bring on board, your administrative costs will be cut by over half, by almost half. So this is very important. Okay, then 3.2 times more donor engagement when goals use digital storytelling. So you're engaging your donors, you're engaging your communities, your sponsors, if you're using these tools to reach out to them. Okay, 90% of youth prefer digital channels for community participation. This is obvious. Everyone, all the youth, most of them, not all, but most are online. They have the smartphones. So if you have your digital channels and you can reach them, it's way much better than the traditional and manual ways of operating. Okay, so let's have the takeaways as I conclude. Okay, as I conclude, let's take this slide very seriously. Start with a digital audit. Know where you are before you plan where to go. Assess infrastructure, skills, and systems. So I noted in the previous slides. Then choose tools that fit your mission. Technology should serve your strategy, not drive it. Pick tools your team will actually use. So always ensure that the technology is going to serve you, but not driving your strategy. It has to serve the strategy. So start with the strategy and then employ the technology to help you drive that strategy, or that to ensure that it serves your strategy. Invest in people, not just platforms. Digital literacy training is as critical as the software license. People first, tools second. So make sure that your people have the rightful mindset. They have the rightful skills, to use and adopt the technology. Because you get a software license, but if people are not willing to use it, then it will become a white elephant. Okay. Engage communities digitally. Meet your beneficiaries and stakeholders where they are through social media, mobile, and hybrid. So engage, always ensure that you engage digitally. Even if you can afford the physical meetings, put some people online, let them be online, and make sure that, you have, because those ones who are online are usually more than what those people that you're meeting physically. Okay, build a culture of innovation, sustainable. The screen has gone off.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me share it again. Share screen. All right. So I was saying, build a culture of innovation. Sustainable digital transformation is culture. Celebrate learning, experimentation, and iteration. Okay. So ensure that in your organization, you have the what we call the digital champions, and always reward them. Let them be the drivers. Let them help you influence their peers, their colleagues, to take up the technologies that you are trying to introduce. You have to make sure they help you in your digital transformation strategy and journey. Okay, so I want to end by saying that digital transformation is not about the technology. It's about expanding the impact, empowering the youth, and building resilience. It's not the technology. It's not the Microsoft Dynamics. It's not the Google Teams. That is not digital transformation. But it's the culture, it's the people, it's the impact that you're going to introduce or have onto the organization, and how you're going to build communities that are resilient, that are online, that are happy with the information and the data that you have on board. I want to end here, and I thank you for joining this session. We can continue the conversation on our different online platforms, and maybe here if there are any questions. Back to you, Mr. Moderator Amude. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sendi. Thrilling 40 minutes, very thrilling. Thank you very much. Members online, this is time for question and answer. Please, if you have any questions, this is the time for us to ask our presenter, and you shall have answers there. And then please, I would be so glad to have some people ask some questions. That's what makes the session most interesting. This can we have, please just unmute and you ask. Feel free. If you can't, you can write in the chat. I'll read it out for the presenter, and you'll be able to give us an answer. Yes, do you have any questions? Okay. Do we have any questions? Am I loud and clear? Can someone give me some feedback if I'm clear? Yes. Hello? Members, am I clear? Am I loud? Clear now?
Yes, you are.